Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about how we can use Power Automate to connect with open source large language models, and we are going to take help of APIs from Hugging Face and GroqCloud. I will demo one of it so that we can start building out or experiment the open source available models into our Power Platform. And at the same time, I want to emphasize that I have created multiple videos earlier how we can connect the Power Platform or Power Automate with the Azure AI Foundry to leverage the GPT model and to make the scalable and secure solution. So that will still be valid. The today's video is more like experimenting out any new open source model. And if you wish to like explore something outside for free for experiment, and we can take advantage of like available open source model on Hugging Face via Inferences and GroqCloud as well. So first of all, what is Hugging Face? Hugging Face is often called as a GitHub of AI models. So all the open source model, maybe like more than 1,000 models, open source models are available and trained with a data set. And they also provide the Inference API so that we can leverage them via calling simple HTTP request. And that is also like true in case of Power Automate. We'll be making a call to those API endpoints and to understand those models, how those models behaves. And what is GroqCloud? GroqCloud is again as Hugging Face is simply powerful, but sometimes its response can be slow. So the GroqCloud inferences are 10 to 20 times are faster than normal Hugging Face inferences calls. So you can take both the lanes, like any of the lane. Like we have to just create one simple account so that we can start leveraging. And as I earlier said, this is just for experimenting, because though like you can download these models, you can run on your local GPUs, that's fine. And you can also connect with Power Platform, make the open source call. But at the finally, like to make out any scalable enterprise application or solutions, you have to go to Azure AI Foundry so that you can rely on it for a more robust solutions. So let's take step-by-step demo. So I am into my Hugging Face .co.models. So what you can do, like you can create a free account for yourself. You need to just register, and there's my free account. So nothing paid, everything is free. And if you go to models, you will find there are number of thousands of models which are already pre-trained with the data set. And the second type is data set. You can look at the data set which these models are trained. So if I go to models back, and just you can see there are latest or recommended models over here. You can see OpenAI, GPT, OSS, Qwen, many models. Like based on your requirement, we can choose out. And once you have your account ready, then you can go to this inference usage, or where you will see how many API calls with a free account you have been provided. And you can go to access token and create a new token so that you can create or use that while making any inference or API call. So as I said, like multiple thousands of open source models are available in different categories: text generation, image to text, image to text to video, many other things are available. So why just to try, like for experimenting you want to try, then you can very well try this. Because like trying something in Azure AI, like because you pay with the paid subscription, pay as you go, so it may hurt you cost wise. So for timing, like for experimenting, you can try these open source models from Hugging Face. And as well as I want to tell you that GroqCloud is again like one inference platform which can provide you like access to multiple models. So if you log in with your account, so you will find like multiple models over here. I'll just click on the models, and over here you will find the feature model. All the open source models are available and with the API reference documentation. So if you wish to try the open source model with the GroqCloud, again you can just do this endpoint calls based on your requirement, which model, which audio model, which type of transformers you want to use. You can very well try those models. So for our demo, we are going to try only this Hugging Face, and I am going to try one Facebook model for object detection. So I will just say that is Deter, decoder and transformers. So Deter. So if you click on this model, you will find all the details. So Deter end-to-end object detection. So whatever image you are going to upload, it will detect the image or the objects out of it. So this simple demo we are going to try. So right now with the Power Platform AI Hub, we have like few models, pre-trained models available for us, but there is nothing for object detection. So let's try this one. So you can actually read out the details about this model. Understanding of LLMs, if you already have, then it will be very interesting for you. But otherwise, if you just want to use it without going into details, then you are ready to go by using this Facebook Data Resonant 50 model name. And I will tell you like how you can make a call to this Hugging Face API inference. So let's go back to our Power Automate and we'll start by creating one simple flow, and that flow will trigger on our any image upload into document library. So I will start creating one instant cloud flow, and I will choose the trigger as file created in SharePoint. So I will say file add. So when file is created in SharePoint, when a file is created, and we are going to just take these properties only, that's fine, and I'm going to collect that to one of my site. We'll choose the site library. So I have already one image library created, so I'll use that image library. So once the trigger happens, in the next step I'm going to read the file content. So I will say get file content, and in this one again connecting to my site, I can choose the identifier from dynamic file identifier from the previous step, from the trigger. And once I have it, in the next step I will just convert the input which is coming as a file as binary, change that to base 64 so that we can pass that to our open source model into our base 64 payload. So I will say compose, and input I will use expression base 64, and again the input from my this previous step as file body, and I will say add. So we have converted that. Now in next step I will just make a HTTP call, and I will use the HTTP action. And over here we are going to provide the Inference API endpoint, and that Inference API endpoint is this HTTPS API inference.huggingface.co models, and till this like it's common, and after this it's a model name. So this is Facebook data object detection model name. So I will copy this, and we are going to make a call to this endpoint. Method is post, and we are going to pass the authorization bearer token. I will add the header as authorization and the token which I have already copied. Go back to Hugging Face, and if you go to your profile, then you will find this inference, and over here there is an access token, and you can create a new token, or if you have already have one, then you can use that existing one. So once you do that, in the content type we are going to provide as application JSON. And in the body we are going to pass the input, the file which we got from our previous step. So I will just copy this body, that's input, and the output from our previous step. So that is the output where we converted our file into base 64. So we did that. Now I will save that as, and you can see like how these models fit into your use cases, your requirement. And then once you are comfortable, then you can go for Azure AI parallel solutions for these use cases. So now we are going to do a test run, and for test I will upload one image to my image library. I will just go to my site content, and we will download some sample image. Let's say cat images, and I will save any of this image so that we can try uploading this image into our this image library. I will upload from downloads, and we are expecting our flow to run and should make a call to our open source LLM of Facebook, that's a CNN, to detect the images out of provided file. So our Power Automate ran successfully. If I open that, and you see that it ran, and we got output of our this endpoint, and if I scroll down I should be going to my output body and should able to get the JSON objects out of it. If I open show raw output, and in the body you can see I got score. That's a confidence of this result, and label is cat. So because we passed the object as the image of a cat, so it detected it. So in short, like, it worked fine. And if I try to modify and try to right click on this one and add a prompt for models, so right now you can see like I have very limited extract information document, recognize text from image, and detect languages. So these are limited pre-trained model from Power Platform AI Hub. So that's where like this open source models pitches in, where we can extend our functionalities or feature using these open source models rather than going for Azure AI Foundry for experimental phase. Later on you can very well switch that. You can start leveraging. You can refer my earlier videos where I was using GPT model for extracting the information, detecting the objects, and as well as transcription of any audios. So as we talk about this transcription of any audios, you can very well find many different models related to where you can convert the text to speech and the vice versa, and this text to video. So if you click on this, you want to try these models where you want to write something and then you want to generate some videos. These open source models can help you out. You can play, you can have fun around with them, and then once you are comfortable, then you can move on to your actual solutions using proper scalable models. So the intent of video was like to make you familiarize, to make you understand that you can still call the open source models free of cost without any giving any penny, and you can choose between GroqCloud versus Hugging Face. I would still prefer to use the GroqCloud because it's fast when you actually want to have the number of API calls. And again, like, it's again with a free account, like there is no subscription or there is no payment needs to be done. So I mean, you can do the number of calls, number of generation, like in limited fashion though, but still that is totally fine, like if you are just playing around with your solutions for time being. So that is it. So I believe like you may find it useful, and if you have any further questions, please do drop your comments.